Welcome in. My name is Jane. If you're new here, welcome to the Divine Healing Oracle channel. I was guided to bring this reading to you today, and Spirit was giving me visions of a crocodile, of a stag, like a deer, or maybe it's an elk. I'm not sure. It had antlers, so I'm assuming it's something like that. A bee, an eagle, and a dragon. Now with the crocodile, that just give me that it was like something ancient, some kind of maybe primal forces, something that's existed a long time on Earth. But yet, you know how like a crocodile, it survives in the murky waters, but it also needs that sunlight, and it also has like, those powerful jaws that it can like brutally eat its meals, but it also can carry its young in its mouth. So it just gives me this like the balance of the opposites, and how I believe there's some kind of reconciling of your inner and your outer contradictions. Maybe something with strength and compassion, protection, with all along with this nurturing. There's like some kind of elimination of a roadblock. Now, I'm not sure what that roadblock is for you. Also, I was getting this, I don't, at first I wrote down that it was a warning, that there was a breakdown in communication. And then it came out that no, it was like a reminder. I wrote down a reminder to listen to your intuition and your wisdom. And and then I wrote down neglected with a question mark. And then it was like, oh, maybe it's a wake up call, because it's a readiness for your consciousness, for a higher consciousness, and that maybe you're going through some type of transition into a more evolved state of being. So you could have gone through a lot of awakenings, because I was getting like this profound journey that you have been on. And now you're getting, or going to be getting, visions. Your intuition is going to be increased. They want you to welcome in positive change, something about seeing things like 360 degrees. So I don't know if you now see the whole picture. Yeah, the whole picture. So they asked me to bring out a few decks. I brought this one out, and this card, while I was shuffling, it flew out source number 34. So we're going to keep that card. And I believe they want me to read this at the end. Your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. That's, and then on the bottom, it was hidden treasure. You have brilliant untapped potential just waiting to be explored. So I think that you might resonate as like an old soul. Recognition 33. Someone deserves to be recognized for all that they do. Wow, Spirit. So I believe that whatever you've been working on, like with this hidden treasure, it gives me that energy that you recognize as an old soul. So like an ancient being of some sort from the stars. Yeah. And then with the recognition, whatever you've been working on or trying to create, you're somebody that deserves that recognition for that. So whatever that's going to be, I'm not sure here. Let's see if there's another card. Is there another card here, Spirit? Okay, I just heard no. All right. 36 perception. Okay, we're going to leave that. All right, what do you want? Okay, so they're asking me to bring out the Lyran deck here. This is fairly new. This is a new deck too, this one. Oh. Look at that. No joke, a cellular upgrade. Listen, step back and learn from your surroundings. Okay, cellular upgrade. Just like I was talking about with the that there's a readiness for the higher consciousness. I think that's what's going to be coming in. It's coming in from ancients or something. Well, I guess the stars, I guess the extraterrestrials, all those galactic beings are ancient souls, aren't they? All right, Spirit. Oh, I just flew one out, which is weird. It's a new deck. Oh, look at that. I just said star seeds too. 4. Look, you have 8 and then you have 4. Wow. The universe opens through you. No joke. Listen, step back, learn from your surroundings. The universe opens through you. And on the bottom, Mission Impossible. It's funny. They cut it on Gateway of Sound, Manifestation, Sound Healing, and Alchemy. And then they split it here. The reunion, spontaneity, change of plans, social connections. And they were bringing up that connections too, because they gave me the vision of the bee. The bee is like a collective effort. It's of like the community coming together. The deer is also a lot about the like the crocodile and the deer is a lot about that grounding, like the well-groundedness of the earth. And then you have like your higher spiritual realms, where I had the vision of the bee and the eagle and the dragon. So those are all highly connected to the divine. Yeah. Okay. What else you want, your Spirit? I'm going to bring up this animal tarot here. All right, Spirit. What is it that you want this group to know? Okay. Sorry, I have this. There's been a little bit of an interference going on here. I've been trying to mediate the best I can, but sometimes they just, they interrupt. And okay, Spirit. One. Oh, goodness. I'm not taking those, Spirit. The buffalo. I keep getting the buffalo too. The buffalo keeps showing up every time I pick up a deck of cards, whatever. I keep picking up on those on the buffalo. Look at that, the moon and the Empress. No joke. What's this? Oh, King of Shells. And just before I did this, I saw 2 seahorses, and it was about love or something. Harmony and integrity, imagination, perception. Yeah, see, that's that the 300, the vision, the 360 degrees. Oh, that's funny, because owls, yeah, they can turn their head to see behind them. That's funny, Spirit. Imagination and perception. And then the Empress, beauty and abundance. Wow. Number 3. They were showing me the number 10 too. So you have the King of Shells here and the Empress. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? What's on the bottom? The 10 of Shells. Look at that. And I was just talking about the 10. Blessings and well-being. Yeah. So that water energy. Oh, they just split it here. Look at this. The High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge. See, this is why you're like considered one of the ancients, like a starseed, because you have all that. The High Priestess, yeah. Let's see. Wow, Spirit. Okay, what else here? Is there anything else in here? Seven of Acorns. determination and stamina. Yeah, that's all that power, because you're very powerful. Okay, but spirit, there's like, they want to give a specific message. So there's something that they want you to do at this time. So they're asking me to bring out this deck here that is a color deck. So rose, attract a relationship, number 6. Okay, let's see here. There's like a message that they want you to know here. I don't know what that could be, but we're going to find out together. This one. Protect yourself. Azure. And you know, I'm going to tell you something funny. I was even saying earlier that it was like something didn't want this message to come out. And they had me put on music that will remove negative energy. And you know, like for the past 3 days, I've been wanting to do this, meaning to do this reading. And Spirit's been asking me to do this reading. I've just been, you know, really preoccupied. But when I get this like negative thing, energy coming into my aura, basically, or trying to penetrate my aura, my right eye, my eyelid, it flickers, and people can visually see it flickering. At first, like when it used to happen all the time when I was a kid, and I didn't know what it was. And I just split the deck on number 18, coral, allow flow and synchronicity into your life. Okay, so I just split on cherry again. So what they were, when I was a kid and I used to get that, and I never really knew what that meant, but I always noticed, I did take notice over the years that when I was around people that weren't so kind, or they had like a really bad attachment to them, or they had bad intentions towards me, I would get that. And I started to notice that over a period of years. So I've now come to recognize that as it's something very negative. Okay, well, this one's spirit. Look at that. Well, this little seahorse love on the bottom. That's what I was talking about. Let me bring out one of these. All right, spirit. What is it that you want? You know, this is all about your visions and your intuition. There's something really important here. You know, 36 or 9. And then you have 18 or 9. Okay. You know, it's funny too, and they drew my attention to the numbers here, and it says 3 for the Empress and 2 is for the High Priestess, right? And that, well, they have 4 here, so you have 4, 3, 2, and but just as I hit record on this reading, I saw the number 1, 2, 3, and the first thing I thought of is, oh, is this a extenuation of the reading I did last week? Curiosity. Yeah, that's my curiosity about it, because it was all about 1, 2, 3, and like the series of threes, and it was a message from the Lyrians. Okay, what's this here? Nurture. Yeah, just like they were talking about. Yeah, the cycles. You know, they've been bringing up the cycles a lot, that the 9s are a lot to do with the cycles. Like you're coming to some kind of complete cycle here. You're seeing things in a whole different way. And then nurture, that's kind of like, you know, it gives me that crocodile, like, even though they can rip their food apart and they have these enormous, you know, jaws, they also are able to pick up their young in a very gentle, tender way. And they're very nurturing. And, you know, the nurturing did come up about how, and it's about that balance of those opposites within you, that you've come to some kind of reconciliation within that inner and your outer world. You've come to the realization of all your compassion, your strength, Yeah, and you deliver it all with a protection, with like a nurturing way. Okay, Spirit, what do you want here? This deck. Community, no joke. I was just talking about that community. You know, before this, also they brought up about like the bee was about the community, but they also brought up about meeting someone, like meeting, well, jellyfish flow. Okay, is there a card here that you want? Dragonfly. And that's funny, it's blue because I wrote down a blue dragonfly. You know, they're bringing up the imagination again. So you have the imagination with the moon card, and then the imagination community with the bee. I don't think you want one of these, do you, Spirit? They said no. Okay. Orangutan. Yeah, creation. Intelligence. Yeah. Okay, Spirit, what depths do you want here? What else do you want? But okay, I'm gonna bring up this deck here. They decided they're gonna wing it today. Usually I'm a little bit more organized. Beauty, grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. Yeah, you know, they're going to have me listen, step back and learn from your surroundings. Protect yourself. They want me to read that. Can we read that right now? See, the thing is, okay, so this is what I'm getting. When you're in, I just focused on this card. So when you're in, like, when you go into like a higher realm of consciousness, you know, also there's going to be other beings that are in that realm of consciousness too. So there's, you know, and because there's, you know, like there's always that balance, right? So when you rise up, you're rising up into the level of negative energy too. Like, so it's because there's always going to be that duality, just like the crocodile, you know, you have that, the balance of the opposites, you know what I mean? The Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authority. Exactly. Okay, that's exactly it, Spirit, because they're saying here to protect yourself. They want me to read this card. So, but if you stay in your authority, then negative energies cannot, you know what I mean? Like reach you. Yeah, because you have like a sisterhood here, and it's like friendships, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. That's going to be your community. And you know, your community might not be in the 3D. Your community is going to be the divine. Hold on, they want me to read this, and they won't let me move on until I do. They keep drawing me back to that card, and I can't focus my energy. So, Azure. Let's see, what is this about? Something in here they want us to know. Oh, no, 36. But okay, go. 36. Protect yourself. What does it say here? Okay, so Azure purifies your aura and strengthens your connection to the divine. That's literally what this has all been about, your connection to the divine. Spirit. Okay, and you know what? And then, of course, it even brought out the source card. Funny, Spirit. Okay, let's see here. Azure purifies your aura and strengthens your connection to the divine, leading you to discover your truth and empowering you to make important life choices. Reclaiming your authority. You know, and they had me write down power too. I didn't know what the power referred to. I assumed it was your own individual power. Okay. Immerse yourself with azure rays to protect yourself from negative, dense energies and to find your center. Just like I was talking about how like my eye was like doing that twitching. So I knew that there's something. Okay, so breathe in azure rays of light to feel safe and secure, imagining an azure bubble of light that surrounds and protects you. Say, I ask divine healing light to surround me with love, peace, and healing. Please bar any dense energy from entering my space and affecting me. Thank you. Do this for yourself and your loved ones whenever you would like some added protection. Well, there you go. Oh, there's another level. Oh, hold on. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So like I said, there's that's so it has been a warning. So I was warning about this breakdown of communication and a reminder to listen to your intuition, your inner wisdom, and that something was being neglected. But I was putting question marks like, what, that's weird because you're trying to tell us that, whoever this reading is for, that they're going through like a transition of into a higher consciousness, but yet they have to protect them. So maybe that's why, because you're going through this transition. Okay. So you're reclaiming your authority here. The universe opens to you right above it. See, yeah, that's what they're talking about, because you have all those people helping you, all the energies of the higher realms, the sisterhood. Yeah. Okay, spirit. Because, they bring up a lot about the feminine here because it's the balancing of that feminine too, because the world has been running on a masculine energy for a very long, long time. And that's not how the world should be run. The world, it should be run with both masculine and feminine energies. And it has been lopsided for a very long time. And now that's coming to an end, and it's going to be balanced out. So the feminine energy has to come forward and take her space in the universe, become that powerhouse. Yeah. Okay, spirit, what else do you want here? They're just having me like pull my decks down randomly, and it's taking more time than I would prefer. Okay, what else do you want here? I'm kind of moving things around, so I don't know where some of my things are here. Okay. I'm going to bring one of these decks down here. Okay. Commander Ashtar leading leadership activation. Time to evolve. Trust in your ability to guide others. Yeah, oh, they're splitting the deck here. Let me see what they want here. Hilarion, divine emergence. Be seen. Let the world know your gifts. That's not the first time that card came out. Divine emergence. Yeah. Okay. That's where they're doing all that integrating of for this higher consciousness thing here. All right, spirit. Oops. Grief. It's on the bottom. Inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. Okay. Okay. Bring up this one here. Look at that. Ashtar on the bottom again. That's funny, spirit. Mother Mary. Oh, I was just thinking of her. So I was just seeing all this blue, and I was just thinking about how, like Mother Mary is so nurturing, and how miraculous encounter, divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. You might be somebody that's been shying away from your power. Kuan Yin, enlightened action. Choose compassion, move forward with grace. And Kuan Yin is all about love too. She's all about the heart healing and the love. Miraculous encounter. So with the King of Shells here, with the harmony, integrity, I think you're going to have some kind of divine experience, or you've already been having them. Because, obviously this one's come out because, oh my goodness, the elephant, look at that. Prosperity vibration. You were attracting health, wealth, and happiness. No joke, Spirit. Yeah, look at this spiritual awakening, interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings, just like I was talking about with that crocodile. Oh, Spirit, that's funny. Okay, so now I'm running out of room to put these decks. Okay, is that it? They said yes. They want me to read this source card here, number 34. Your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. This is a new deck, so I don't know anything about these cards, and I don't even know where to find the book. Oh, there it is. So number 34. Let's see here. What is it you want here? Okay, this card. Okay, so number 34, source. This card shows up for you today to remind you that all things are connected to one source. You can call the source whenever you like. It is known by many different names in many different cultures and many different countries. Source is God, infinite intelligence, higher power, spirit, and more. All names that reference the one source or origin of all that is. Just remember that you must develop your own relationship with source, a relationship that is unique and personal to you. And you will know when you are connected to source because you will radiate pure, unconditional love. You will not operate out of fear, judgment, anger, or hate. You will be present in the moment with an abundance of love and compassion, enough to share with all to infinity and back. Whenever we feel helpless, lost, fearful, judgmental, confused, or angry, it is time to reconnect with Source. Though we never truly lose our connection, we temporarily lose our faith and our truth, forgetting who we are and doubting our ability to have a relationship with Source. Go within to reconnect with love and all that is, and ask to show the way. Ask Source to show you the way. This connection is the light that shines through you and always leads the way to health, happiness, and peace of mind. Wow. So there's like intuitive life coaching questions that you can ask yourself and maybe like do a little contemplation on it. So I'm going to read that. How can you develop your own relationship with Source? In what ways do you feel more connected in nature, in silence, in a place of worship, in prayer, and meditation? So, what daily practice can you put into place to strengthen this connection? Wow, Spirit. So, I guess that's what they're saying. Like, we all go through that. We all go through those moments when we're, dealing with the human aspects of life. And, we get into those anger and negativity and all that kind of things. And, you know, that's the warning. I thought it was a warning, but then it was more like a reminder. And then it was like a wake up call. So it's a warning for some about the breakdown in your communication. They just spoke about here in this card. And then also it's a reminder for some to listen to your intuition and your inner wisdom, and that maybe you could be neglecting it a little. And then there's, for some, it's a wake up call, because like this is all going to um, help bring you into a higher consciousness. So like try to always remember to keep that connection with spirit. And like you could be, you're definitely going through a time of transition into a more evolved state of being. And that's probably why, like, you're go and see, and that's it, because when you're going through that transition, it also is bringing up old memories and stuff like that, so it can put you in a bad mood. And then that makes you disconnect from the energy of source, you know what I mean? So that's why they're saying, like, find things like cleanse your aura, balance your chakras, like bring in that source healing sound is what they're saying. Yeah, by using your voice and music to help the frequency, yeah, to help clear your energy out. Okay, so I'm going to close the reading, and I'm going to bid you a good day, and I'm going to send you all of my love and light. And if you made it this far in the reading, if you want to subscribe, hit the notification bell, the like button, and the share, and I can bring more readings. So I'm going to leave you with it, and have a good day. Hope this finds you well. And I don't know why I keep babbling, but I do. Bye.